Welcome back to our Career and Life Success class. In this video, we're going to talk about terminology related to filing income taxes. So, the first term I want to introduce you to is the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS. And this is the federal government agency that checks your tax returns, collects tax payments, and issues refunds to taxpayers. So, this is the agency that is in charge of everything related to our taxes. There are a few different methods of filing your taxes. You can mail in a paper form, you can complete them online, or you can have a tax preparer, something like HR Block, prepare your taxes for you and complete your tax returns. They're usually due on April 15th of each year. So the time frame in which you are filing your taxes is between January and April of each year. However, you can't complete your tax returns until you've received all of your W-2s. Now, your W-2 is a form that your employer or employers, if you've had more than one job in the past calendar year, it's a form that your employer gives you that lists your total income, including wages, tips, and interest, as well as withholdings. That would include federal and state taxes, Medicare, and Social Security that you've paid. So it's a summary of everything that you earned in the last year, as well as what you've already paid in terms of taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and the like. The second form that you would need to complete your tax return is the actual form that you're going to submit. And that is, for most people, especially if you're a young person just starting out in your career and your financial situation is pretty simple, is a 1040 EZ. That form lets you know how much you should have paid in federal taxes for the year based on the information on your W-2 or W-2s. You can use the 1040 EZ if you make less than $100,000 a year, you have no dependents, and you've earned less than $1,500 of taxable interest. So for most of us starting out filing our taxes as a young person, it's going to be a 1040 EZ, and you will use your W-2. And then that 1040 EZ is going to tell you whether you have paid too much or not enough income tax, and that will determine whether you have to pay more or if you should get a refund back from the government. Your filing status determines the rate at which your income should be taxed. So we're all taxed different amounts based on our filing status. So for most of us, we will be filing single if we are a young person. It doesn't, when we're talking about single, we're talking in legal terms. So it doesn't matter if you have a significant other or a partner. If you are married, then it would. But if you are partnered but you're not married, you will file single. The other filing statuses are listed there if that may apply to you. This is just a quick overview of the term tax credit and the most common tax credits. So tax credits are different categories that you might qualify for based on your life situation that could lower your taxable income. So a credit means that you would be lowering your income so that you would end up paying less taxes. So if you do have a tax credit, that's typically good for you because it means that you will pay less in your taxes. So child tax credits are a common one if you have a child, an education credit, and an earned income credit are some of the ones that you might qualify for at some point in your future. And then the last term that I want to share with you is standard deduction. The standard deduction reduces the income that is subject to tax. Everybody will have a standard deduction. This is an amount of money that the government, the IRS, sets each year that you get to deduct from your taxable income to lower it so that you're not paying taxes on every single dollar that you've earned. So the amount of the standard deduction depends on your filing status, the age of the taxpayer and spouse, if there is one, whether the taxpayer or spouse is blind, and whether the taxpayer can be claimed as a dependent on another taxpayer's return. So the numbers listed in that chart below, you get to deduct from your income and then determine the rate at which you pay for your taxes. Okay, that's a very quick overview of some important terms. When you're actually completing your tax return and forms, the IRS has instructions on how to file them. And of course, you can always work with a tax preparation company or organization, and you can look into some different options. Some of them may even be free to you. I hope that is helpful, and I'll see you next time.